Get up off of your fannies. We're telling you now. We're angry and how? No more. Really, we need it. No more. Precisely. No more war. Say it very nicely. No more war. Read our lips.
Libya is not going to liberate the people of Libya any more than the U.S. invasion of Iraq, which killed over 1 million Iraqis and ruined their country, any more than that invasion liberated the people of Iraq. Right? Oh, and it didn't bring them a more democratic or humane government than they had before. So, and one thing I want to point out, let's not forget, what is Libya sitting on top of? Libya is, oil. Libya is the greatest oil producer of oil on the continent of Africa. When the U.S. intervenes and occupies a country, whether it's under humanitarian pretext or supposedly to defend somebody's independence and freedom, the fact of the matter is the U.S. military rarely or ever leaves that occupied country. 110 years ago, the U.S. invaded Cuba on the pretext of supporting their liberation movement against Spain. And guess what? They stayed there until 1959 when they were kicked out by a revolution. But even today, the U.S. is occupying Cuba with the Guantanamo naval base. That's right. How often do you think about it that is in Cuba, where people are imprisoned, denied their rights, and subjected to torture? Not only should Guantanamo be closed down, but the U.S. military forces should get out of Guantanamo, out of Cuba, and we also believe they should get out of Iraq, Afghanistan, and the other 130 countries that are occupied by U.S. military forces. And we, the people of the United States, should definitely, absolutely oppose any U.S. military intervention in Libya or anywhere else. Thank you. All right, let's welcome Josh.
Thanks everyone for showing up. I was just talking to someone before I came up here about when I served in Iraq. I served in Iraq in 2004 to 2005. So that means that I left Iraq 6 years ago, and today we're still here. We're still talking about the occupation of Iraq. That's a travesty. Since I've been back to Iraq, I'm one of the co-founders of Coffee Strong, which is a GI coffee house right outside of Fort Lewis. Fort Lewis, for all those who don't know, is the third largest military base in the country and the largest base on the West Coast. Lakewood, Washington, where Coffee Strong is located, is very, very different from Seattle. We're on the front lines right now of trying to kickstart a GI resistance movement that can actually end this war. Now, if you want to help Coffee Strong, we have a website, givoice.org. We also, which you can basically log on, register, see how you can volunteer, see how you can help us out financially, because we're always fighting to keep open, and basically trying to maintain an anti-war presence that's somewhere that soldiers can readily access it. Now, Iraq, Afghanistan. There's a war going on right now in this country, but it's a war against working class people. And these wars are basically used, they're basically somewhere that we throw our money so that we can you know, when people talk about budget cuts, they don't recognize that these wars could easily be ended, and for all the salaries for teachers and firemen and all these public services that are being cut. Right now, even myself, I'm ending a teaching program this year and have heard that the job market for teachers is awful right now because they're cutting teachers due to these wars. So as a soldier who basically fought in Iraq, and now as someone who's trying to started becoming a teacher, it just really shows how interconnected all this bullshit, all these lies really are. And also another thing is, there's amazing things going on all over the world right now. Egypt, Tunisia, Wisconsin. There's all these, the working class is finally starting to wake up, and I think that's an amazing thing. But we need to not let progressives the Democrats co-opt these movements. Because right now, I know that there's an election coming up, and people are going to be throwing out the same bullshit they throw out every 4 years, which is the lesser of two evils argument. Right now, well, this is the lesser of two evils. It's Bradley Manning's imprisonment, it's the continued occupation of Iraq, and the escalation of the war in Afghanistan, the continuation of the military-industrial complex. We need to do something different. If you think that electoral change can change this, you're delusional. You need to wake up. So, anyway, being way off topic. Support Coffee Strong. GIVoice.org. Is that good? CoffeeStrong.org. And, yeah, check us out. And thanks for showing up, and let's march.